Hey there. I am deep into the Crestone Mountains, just south of Buena Vista, Colorado. And you have to drive east to get there. And then you wind through this kind of 5 or 6 mile trail in your car to get to the trailhead. And you walk, hello, Mr. B. And you walk 2 to 3 miles to find a camping spot. It's remote. It's last night I didn't sleep under a tree canopy, which I usually do. So I was just kind of out in the open, which kind of has a different set of challenges. The sun beats against you, and so it's kind of hot during the day, even in this time of year. I'm at 9,800 feet, so it gets cold. So I've got a tent here in the background, but I chose to sleep outside. So I've got a floor covering, like a mattress, and then my sleeping bag, and it comes up over my head. And it was cool, and it was just black. And it's deafeningly silent out here. It's so quiet. And it hit me that it's like the cities are what's noisy. Or I'm sorry, it's quiet out here. The cities are like false noise. And so sometimes when people come out here with me, they have a hard time because it's so quiet that it's loud because of the noise that we're used to in our heads. You know, the chirping and the beeping and the honks and the lights and the traffic and the cars. And it's settling, or kind of unsettling, until you kind of breathe and just, there's this moment where I just surrender to it all, and God shows up, and I have a really unique relationship with Jesus that I've developed over the last couple of years, especially, that is almost has a camaraderie to it, where he just understands me as a man. That's such a deep level that's only for me, and yet also still maintaining the reverence of King, right? King glory, King Jesus. I think it's especially beautiful, and it's silent enough out here for me to hear that voice from within, what do you want to call it? But people think about coming out here and backpacking and it being difficult and roughing it. I ate filet mignon last night with grilled vegetables and with a little organic wine. It was awesome. Under the moon, the clouds are rolling in. We had a little bit of rain, kind of a pitter patter of rain that passed pretty quickly. And then I'm asleep, an hour after dark. So I'm back onto that circadian rhythm. Our ancestors didn't live with unnatural light like we do now. And so our sleep patterns are really different. And I would say off, the red light of once the sun goes down, you only had red light. Well, now in our homes, we've got all this blue light and devices and TVs and, noise. And, praise God for modern life. But yeah, this is different. It's, your body just kind of falls asleep when you're out here like this. And you're on a different path, and the stars, there's no light pollution above. It's just nothing but stars. It's gorgeous. And then you go to sleep, and the next morning I wake up, and a lot of people come out here and they eat like boil in a bag type stuff or snacks or beef jerky, and it's fine. But this morning I had 3 scrambled eggs, bacon, veggies, fresh avocado with French press coffee. And in my coffee I put coconut sugar, heavy cream, cinnamon. So it's gourmet, and it's awesome that I'm able to kind of bring all this Gucci gear into these wild places. But it's beautiful. I mean, I sit here in this little chair, it's low to the ground, and I've got the mountains, peaks in the background. And it's just 24 hours, man. And it's unbelievable. I live in Colorado. I invite people into this all the time, and they just don't have time for it. And I'm just like, I live an hour and a half from some of the most beautiful country in the world. And it's difficult to get people out here just for a day, which is really amazing. So if this is on your heart and you want to do this, please reach out to me. I have got so much gear, you know, I could completely outfit you. All of that caught down into this tiny compartment. Isn't that wild? That's it. That's all you got to survive on. It's what you can carry on your back. You'd be amazed the stuff I can pack into this bag. And it doesn't have to be strenuous. This one wasn't, you know, we can watch our vertical climb. We don't have to camp at 9,700 feet. You know, if you're not used to that, we can camp at, 8. It's self-paced, plenty of water, all the comforts that you'd want. There's kind of a way to do it, right? Like I've got security out here. I don't come unarmed, in a lot of different ways for whatever threats are out here. But mostly I enter the wilderness with a genuine state of peace in my heart. And I've never had a problem. And I've got on me at any one time 4 different weapons of different types. So it's safe. Where do we learn? I was thinking about this last night. It's like, where did I learn to be scared of coming out here where there's nobody in the pitch black, and there's no running water, and there's no indoor plumbing, and there actually is running water because there's a stream right there that's quite amazing where I fetch all my water from and I do my dishes at. I like to camp next to streams. One, because they're peaceful, especially if it's hot out, you can get in the stream. A lot of the streams in Colorado are, this one's kind of small. Some of them are really rushing, like coming off. And some of them are nothing but snow melt from the winter. So it's pure. I mean, you can almost drink it. I filter it just in case, but you're pretty safe to drink from it. But always running water so I can wet my towels and do my dishes. And I just crouch down here and, I'll just do my dishes right here. Pretty amazing. Yeah, it's magical. And so if you want to do this, man, hit me up. I've got gear. I can show you how. I've got survival training. It's relatively safe. I'm never any more than probably 4 hours away from my vehicle. Unless I'm with a group, that's different, where we hike in for 4, 5, 6 days. That's a little more of an expedition. But these overnights, maybe 2 days, man, it's complete decompression of life and everything that just winds us so tight and causes problems in our relationships, our health. The stress is just so horrible for you, and it's ratcheting up daily, and a sign of the times. I don't know where you stand with that, but Revelation 18, Amos, Hosea, Isaiah, there's some stuff in the Bible that's just quite alarming, that just kind of points to everything we are and just goes, oh, okay, this is kind of what Jesus talked about with his disciples, that we would see this in the last days. And I think more than ever, it's just so important for us to gather and get out and get away from the matrix that just is everywhere, and come out here and just, sounds like a cliche, but be with yourself, find yourself, maybe heal yourself, heal thyself, all of that. Wow, you're loud. Anyway, I just wanted to share this. I do this often through the spring, summer, fall. I'm finding ways to do it through the winter, which requires a shelter of maybe a van, shelter of, there's huts that are built around Colorado. Haven't quite figured that out, but I know people that have. Oh, one thing, people ask me, how do you do certain things in the wood? And yeah, I'll teach you how to poop in the woods with dignity. How to keep yourself clean out here, how to filter water, so that, you don't get anything in your intestinal tract that you don't want diarrhea in the woods. Let's put it that way. And then a special word for you fathers out there that hustle and work hard for your families, this is especially beautiful. If you can bring your young children out, your boys. I'm not a father, but I have a special heart for you guys that are raising kids and keeping a family together especially during times which sometimes feels very anti-family. Divorce rates on the rise and all the things coming after our kids. It's heartbreaking. And this is a great place to heal that. And you get to learn how to poop in the woods with dignity. And so if this is on your heart and you want to do this, like I said, and you're a cool, decent person, hit me up and I'll take you out. And I'll show you how to experience this. And just get ready for quiet, Get ready for quiet that you've never experienced. And get prepared for God to meet you here and have just a radical transformation for just maybe some of the things you've been carrying. That's what happened to me. And I've seen it happen to a lot of other people. And it's beautiful. And if nothing else, it's just a reset. Go back home, love your wife a little better. Go home, be a little more present with your kids. More books, less screens. Chase excellence. Work out a little harder. Take those cold showers. Maybe you're a little more disciplined. Maybe you can taste your food. Maybe you don't drink as much. I'm talking about me right now, by the way. These are all the things that I experienced and continue to experience when I go to, my heart needs something, I go to reach for something, and what I reach for isn't always great. And so God meets me out here and fills whatever holes exist in me. So anyway, love you guys. Come have amazing food and experiences with me.